Confusing is the #1 word that I hear when it comes to FishHawk Ranch or Lithia. Anything to do with Lithia schools, FishHawk itself, FishHawk West, FishHawk Trails, FishHawk Ranch, not to mention Channing Park, Creek Ridge Preserve, Hawkstone, Casa Fresca, West Bay. There's so many things that I'm gonna go over right now in this video.
I'm so confused.
To try to make sense of FishHawk Ranch for you, or the Lithia area. And right now I'm in FishHawk Ranch, but I'm in FishHawk Ranch West. So we wanna make sure we don't confuse the two, FishHawk Ranch and FishHawk Ranch West. We're gonna start there. So I just jumped out into FishHawk Boulevard and I'm heading east towards FishHawk Ranch. And one thing I think I failed to mention is FishHawk Ranch West doesn't have the tree covering or anything like FishHawk Ranch does because it's about 10 years newer. And while it does have a lot of green space, a lot of trees, a lot of palms over there, I've noticed, it doesn't have the same vibe or the same, mature feel as FishHawk Ranch. So that's another thing to pay attention to, but it's because it comes with newer homes. So if you're looking for a 10-year newer home on average, you're probably going to find that in FishHawk West. And because of how it's built with the amenities and some of the nature that was left behind for FishHawk Ranch, I think you're going to find a better deal overall in FishHawk Ranch West. I think that's where the better value is if you are looking for a nice mix of greenery, green space, along with home. I think FishHawk Ranch West has it all. So FishHawk Ranch, obviously one of my favorites. I live here, and FishHawk Ranch is the main community in the area. It depends who you ask, but of course I believe it's the main community. And this gathering spot here is a gathering spot where people from all the neighborhoods around town show up because there's a really cool pizza shop, Amici's. There's a really cool little bar here called Cherry's. Hopefully there's a new restaurant coming in the corner here, and the ice cream shop is spot on. And the owners there are absolutely fantastic, and what a great place for the family to come up here and grab some ice cream. There is a movie night here tonight, right here in Park Square. And if you look over here, we have AstroTurf, we have kids playing in the splash pad. I mean, it really is fantastic, but let's talk about amenities. So obviously we have a lot of amenities here between Starling Club, Osprey Club, Hawk Park, and of course the Aquatic Center with the waterfall pool. There's about 7 pools combined, but even the townhomes have their own little pool, but they can use all the bigger pools. We just can't use theirs. And there's actually another little neighborhood in here that has their own pool. There actually might be 2 neighborhoods that have their own pool as well. But if you don't count those, there are 7 community pools, basketball courts, tennis courts, definitely pickleball courts, and roller hockey, and even a ball diamond. So pretty great place to live if you ask me. So now let's get into schools. These schools inside of FishHawk Ranch are the reason a lot of people move here. 10 out of 10 Beavis Elementary, 10 out of 10 FishHawk Elementary, and 8 out of 10 for Randall, 8 out of 10 for Newsom. All highly acclaimed. It depends on what site you're looking at. If you're looking at niche.com, they're A-rated schools across the board. If you're looking at greatschools.org, that's where they're rating them 10 out of 10 and 8 out of 10. But regardless, fantastic schools. Some of the best schools in the state are right here with FishHawk Ranch. And so that's why people move here. But be careful and pay real close attention to this video, because I'm going to be specifying what schools are in what neighborhoods, because between FishHawk Ranch, FishHawk West, Channing Park, FishHawk Trails, once we get into Hawkstone, Creek Ridge Preserve, they're all going to change. They're all a little bit different. Some share, there's some synergy, but the schools regardless across the board are fantastic, and even the ones that are up and coming and growing because of the development in the area nearby. So you're going to see all of this right now, but FishHawk Ranch is it. So Channing Park, much like FishHawk West, was built in the 2010 area. So it's not as old as FishHawk Ranch, but they did a pretty good job keeping some of the green spaces. They do have a beautiful clubhouse, much like FishHawk West. They were built around the same time, or started building around the same time. A couple things are different in here, and the entrances are beautiful. The signage is gorgeous. The pools are great. And again, it's not shareable. You can't live in Channing Park and go to FishHawk or FishHawk West to use the pools or the amenities. And then it is kind of situated between FishHawk Ranch and FishHawk Trails, which we're going to go to next. So you're going to see all of this right here on the map, and you're going to see how it all plays out. And this is the most common question that people ask me as a real estate agent. Hey, I'm interested in the schools. I'm interested in the communities in FishHawk Ranch, but I don't know where to go or how to do it because I don't know what schools go where, and I got to go to 18 different websites. So hopefully this video is going to clear some things up for you as we keep moving along. But off to FishHawk Trails we go. Great neighborhood. You got to kind of see it for yourself to see if it's your style, because it is a little bit different than the FishHawk neighborhoods and a little bit different than FishHawk Trails, and it will be definitely different than the newer neighborhoods that I get to go show you after that. So let's keep rolling. So FishHawk Trails, best known for its gated community off of Lithia Pinecrest across from Hawk Park, which is actually like phase 1 of FishHawk Ranch. Now notice the two words. It's because Newland, the developer who developed FishHawk Ranch and FishHawk West, has a copyright on FishHawk put together. He created this combo, and FishHawk Trails could not steal from it. So even if you look on a map right now, you're going to see FishHawk on the map, but it's actually Lithia because we're standing in the city of Lithia. But these schools are what really drive a lot of people here, and we're going to get into schools in 1 second. But let's talk about this community. It's gated, larger lots, more custom, not a lot of amenities, no pools except for obviously larger lots. You probably have a pool in your backyard. Built in the late 90s, that's when they started really developing this neighborhood. There's a lot of trails, there's tennis courts, there's a pavilion, and there's a playground. But that's about it. Compared to FishHawk Ranch or FishHawk West, it's a little light when it comes to amenities. However, larger lots, custom built, gated with a guard, so that's the difference. However, the one thing they do share is the schools. FishHawk Ranch Elementary, Beavis, and Randall Middle School, along with, of course, Newsom High School. So this neighborhood shares FishHawk Ranch's schools, and that's what summarizes this neighborhood. Let's keep going. So a FishHawk Trails in Lithia kind of gets you excited because it's larger lots, more custom built homes with a gated entrance and a guard. Then Creek Ridge Preserve is 1 mile, exactly 1 mile east of FishHawk Trails. Now FishHawk Trails was obviously older, started being built in the 90s into the 2000s. Now we are in the 2020s and Creek Ridge Preserve is being built, and it's a semi-custom home builder. Homes by West Bay is one of our favorites. They build a absolutely amazing home, and this neighborhood is equally amazing if this fits your style. See, there aren't any real amenities here. You're gonna find some open space, some green space, lots of sidewalks, street lights, of course, but there's no pools because they're on 1 acre lots. But because there's no pools, you can't see that sign over there, but it says no CDD. So no community development district fee here. So that's gonna save you some money.
You should save money, everybody, free of charge. Enjoy.
And you can have your own pool on your 1 acre lot, which is great. Now let's talk schools. The schools here are a little bit of a mix. You have Pinecrest Elementary, and we talked about Pinecrest a little bit earlier. We also have Randall Middle School and Newsom High School. So 2 out of the 3 are like top rated schools in the state. And Pinecrest, I believe it is working its way to be a top rated, but it was kind of off in the woods a little bit prior to the development of Creek Ridge Preserve and of course Hawkstone. So now we're gonna go over to Hawkstone and we're gonna take a look at Hawkstone and what they have to offer. The same builder, Homes by West Bay, different series of homes being built in there, and Casa Fresca if you want more of an affordable option. Now Casa Fresca also has introduced a bold series. So it's kind of between Casa Fresca style home and West Bay. So there's a lot to offer here, but we are again 1 mile direct east from FishHawk Trails up Lithia Pinecrest. Let's get going to Hawkstone. So I just pulled up to the roundabout in front of Hawkstone, which is Balm-Boyette and Boyette, the intersection, and it's about 5 minutes away from Creek Ridge Preserve and about 10 minutes away from Publix at FishHawk Ranch, and that means it's about 10 minutes away from Newsom High School, FishHawk Ranch as well. But right here, there's a lot of activity going on in Casa Fresca at Hawkstone in the northwest corner, and of course Hawkstone. I had to have a place to park trying to figure it out, but this is a good area. But if you just sit here for a moment, which I've never really done, and watch the cars in the roundabout, it's 3:30 in the afternoon on a Friday, just for reference, and there's a lot of activity. But I'm going to get out here and I'm going to kind of explain Hawkstone and its relation to everything FishHawk. Let's get going. So if you're looking for new construction in Lithia, you don't have many choices. You have Creek Ridge Preserve that we saw, but also Hawkstone, same builder. Homes by West Bay builds Hawkstone, but inside of Hawkstone neighborhood you have Casa Fresca. Casa Fresca is also very popular. It's a little bit lower price, more of an entry-level price, but in the 4s, so that's far from entry level, I know, but they also have their own neighborhood that is Casa Fresca at Hawkstone. So that's what you have in this little area, but they all share the same schools. It is Pinecrest Elementary School, Barrington Middle School, and Newsom High School. So if you're looking for new construction, you have a couple different options. It really depends on what you're after. Hawkstone's going to give you the most amenities. Hawkstone's going to give you the pools, the trails, the dog parks, and that community feel, where Creek Ridge Preserve is going to be a little bit more private, a little bit larger lots, and it's just a different neighborhood and a higher price point. So if you want Casa Fresca, it can be located in Casa Fresca. There's also one in here, and there's also the luxurious homes by West Bay in Hawkstone. So great neighborhood, but I want to tell you the one thing that changes the game, the one thing that separates FishHawk Ranch or the FishHawk neighborhoods from Hawkstone, and it's the trees and the amenities. So once people get into FishHawk Ranch, they get wowed by the nature. They get wowed by the ponds, the trees, the amenities, the clubhouses. They just don't even know what to say. It's wow.
Beautiful views.
So amazing. But when you get into Hawkstone, you get wowed by the floor plans and wowed by the builder and wowed by the new construction.
Wow, would you look at that?
But then you start comparing it to the FishHawk amenities or the FishHawk trees and the trails, and it's kind of hard. So I've had a couple different instances where my clients just get stuck. They get stuck because they're looking at brand new houses and West Bay homes in Hawkstone, but when they get over to FishHawk, they fall in love with the neighborhood, even though they're 20-year-old homes and they need more. And a lot of them need updating, and you can get a little bit more home for your money here in Hawkstone. So, and the schools are a little bit different. So there is a big difference between Hawkstone and FishHawk Ranch. You just got to see what's important to you, and having a conversation can help identify that. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions whatsoever about the new construction areas in Lithia or FishHawk, FishHawk West, FishHawk Trails, Shanning Park, let me know, please. My information is down below. I'll be happy to take your call. I love doing all this research and understanding what's what to make it easier for you, because FishHawk area or Lithia is a confusing place. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. So thanks for going on this ride with me. You know, there's a lot to offer in the Lithia area. The schools are absolutely fantastic, but as I picked up and moved my family to the area from Michigan, we picked up our family and moved here, and we didn't really know anything. We didn't know how the neighborhoods broke down. We didn't know what schools were what, and hopefully this video is going to do something for you. I am a real estate agent. I do specialize in this area, but I also am in the Tampa area. I do have a team. I have team members in Sarasota area. We cover all the way up to Brooksville, all the way over to Orlando. Kaylee is with us in Clearwater and St. Pete. So we do have a nice team set up, but this area is my backyard, but I'm willing to kind of go anywhere on the Gulf Coast to help our clients. So if you have any questions after seeing this video, if you have anything at all that you need to understand about FishHawk and how FishHawk operates, what pools are heated, what pools belong to who, what schools belong to who, this number right here. If you have any questions, let me know. We'll see you.